Hey everyone, it's Nick, and today I'm going to review the anime series Assassination Classroom from 2015 2016, at least 2 seasons, 47 episodes. The premise is Assassination Classroom is a series that centers around a junior high class tasked with assassinating their alien-like teacher, Koro Sensei, voiced by Sunny Strait in English. For some inexplicable reason, Koro Sensei has decided to teach the downtrodden students in Class E. So anyway, I really did enjoy it. I've seen all the episodes, including the finale. At first, I thought it was just a little. I have to admit, I thought it was going to be a little run-the-mill, and in fact, I didn't think I'd really get into it. But by episode 6 or 7, it really starts to get take off, become interesting and more exciting to watch. So keep in mind, it does start a bit slow. I mean, granted, like I said, I found it a slow start. Stick with it for 6 or 7 episodes, and then I can guarantee it does get a lot better. Let's see, characters. Name some. Like Koro Sensei is probably my favorite one in the show. I mean, he's just funny to watch. He does all these funny faces, and it has a lot of references to other anime like Naruto are done through him. And then he has he has a love for things like dirty mags and boobs and all these. Well, I guess you could call him a squid monster culture, not man squid monster culture. And also in the show, he does really go to great lengths, to guide his class of students. When the show starts, that nobody really thinks much of them. That's when they got their school. Then they were at the main school. Nobody really gave him any respect and all. He really showed them quite a lot of love and compassion. He taught them a lot over the course of the series. And then, let's see, then you have other favorite character in the show is Karma, the redhead kid. He's just really snarky badass. He does there's some great moments. Some of the moments I really like with him, besides his snarky nature, is like occasionally on the show, he take out these guys, these goons in various places, and then he put wasabi up their nose, and it's just so funny to watch. And then you have Karma's the main character. He's got the kind of pale blue hair. He goes through some really good development over the series. At first, he starts out pretty timid, unsure of himself and all, and then at the end he's very confident and sure of himself, and becomes more proactive. Then another one would be Irina. They call her Irina Jovovich, I think. Helovich. And it's the students, when the show started, she was pretty cranky and uptight and all. And they called her Miss Hellabitch, Professor Hell. I can't really call her Professor or Miss Hellabitch. Anyway, they called her Hellabitch. She's quite hot. She's got a nice rack and a nice set of cakes. Over the course of the series, she does become more kind and less uptight. She becomes a pretty good teacher figure. And then let's see, animation for the show it's by Lurch. They've also done one of the more recent shows they did was Astra Lost in Space, and then Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and I think After School Hanako-kun as well. I'm not sure, I haven't seen it yet, but I know they did Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, the first one. They did a pretty good job. They did, the show's already, a few years old now. It still holds up pretty good. They still got some great action sequences, and animation's still pretty good. I don't know if I compare it with newer stuff. It's gotten better, since then, but it still holds up pretty well. It's still pretty pleasing to the, it's pleasing to the eyes to watch. And the humor in the show, a lot of the humor it seems like, comes from the show is from Kuro Sensei, his goofy faces, and, whenever he's looking at Dirty Mag, his, like, a bunch of hearts pop around him. He's like, oh, goody! Ah, yes. Yeah, he gets really excited and giddy every time he sees those, magazines. And then you have, like, Karma's another one. He has this kind of devil-may-care attitude that leads to funny reactions from him. He just doesn't really seem to give a flying F. And then, the thing where he puts wasabi up people's noses is quite funny to watch. It's quite savage. And then you have Karma has these kind of reactions, like kind of sarcastic reactions. I think of one is, like somebody was saying something and Karma had a different thought. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. He had this kind of goofy face, anime style face. They put on, over the regular one. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Something like that. These kind of deadpan reactions. And anyway, yeah. The second season I thought was actually even better. First season was pretty good, especially by the end, and the second one was even better. And then they also had some really great themes. My favorite one, I think the favorite ones they had were from the first season, the two opening themes, especially the second one. I can't remember the names offhand, but yeah, if you look up season 1, second OP, actually I have it in my anime soundtracks list. It's probably my favorite one they did in the series. That and also the opening for the second half of season 1 I thought was my favorite too. Now the soundtrack for the show, I don't know, I think it was fine. Nothing on the show really, I mean it worked when watching it, but nothing really stood out like other ones did, like, Spy Family and Eden Zero. I thought they had soundtracks that are really good on the show, and then they also are, quite catchy off the show. But yeah, it all worked on the show. Nothing really stood out past the show. But anyway, I give the show, a 9 out of 10. I was going to give it an 8 out of 10, but then I finished it, and it's like, yeah, it's definitely 9. It's quite an experience. It's quite an uplifting experience, especially if you see it to the end. So yeah, I recommend seeing it. It's kind of more like an action comedy, something like an example would be My Hero Academia. It's action comedy. Spy Family. It's like Fairy Tail, another one, action comedy, something like that. Has uplifting stuff in it. It's quite, like I said, it's quite a touching experience to watch overall. I didn't think it would be. I didn't think I'd be quite as touched as I was by it. But yeah, I was quite. Like, I even cried several times during the series. There were some really emotional scenes in it, and especially the ending. The ending was I was quite devastated by the ending. I knew it was coming, but I mean, just like with the students in the show. I mean, they knew the day was coming, but they had trouble carrying. Still they had trouble carrying out what they had to do, even knowing it was coming. Because they got pretty close to the teacher. So anyway, end my review here. So yeah, stay tuned for any more videos I do. I'm also going to review. I mentioned Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I'm going to do a review on that soon. So check that one out. That's another one I really did enjoy. And I haven't seen the sequel series yet because it's on Crunchyroll. I don't have that currently, so I'll have to check it out when they get Crunchyroll again, which should be soon. So anyway, I'll see you guys later.